All right, welcome back. Let's do part two together. Okay. Part two says that you're going to find someone in class or at home to help you with this activity or to flip the penny for both critters yourself. In my class, we're not flipping pennies together because of the pandemic, so you'll be doing this all by yourself. But if you're at home, please feel free to follow the instructions on how to work with a partner. Okay. Since we do not have a penny in class, we're going to use this website right here. So you can go ahead and click on it and flip it open, click on it and open it up. You'll need that one for this next part. Okay. It says here you're going to place this between you and your partner. The person sitting on the left side will toss a penny for Ocean, while the person on the right will toss a penny for Lucy. Since you're working by yourself in class, you are going to be tossing for Ocean and you're going to be tossing for Lucy yourself. You are not working with a partner. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, we're going to scroll down here real quick because that's the instructions on what to do if you're tossing with a partner. So it says the partner on the left tosses a penny to determine which allele for number of body segments Ocean gives to offspring. So again, you're going to do that yourself. If the penny shows up heads, you're going to write a big B. If the penny shows up tails, you're going to write little b. So what I need you to keep in mind here is that every time you toss the penny, if it flips heads, you're writing a capital letter. If you flip it and it ends up tails, you're going to write a lowercase letter. So heads is uppercase letter, tails is lowercase letter. Okay? Let's get started. So it says determine the offspring's phenotype. Oh, we're going to pause on that one. I'll talk about that in just a second. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down to the bottom of the page. Keep going, keep going. All right. And this is what we're going to fill in. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is, if you're watching my screen, is I'm going to flip the coin. Okay. I'm going to flip it. Notice it comes up tails. So I'm going to come back into my sheet right here. And since I flipped tails, I need to write for Ocean little b right here. Oops, little b. I'm going to do the same for Lucy. So go back into the coin flipping app, flip it. Notice it says tails again. Tails is a little b, so I'm going to write a little b. And now I'm going to do one more for you. So let's do leg color. I'm going to flip the coin. Heads, that means I'm writing a capital letter. Notice the leg here is L, so I'm going to write capital L. Flip it again. Came out heads again, so I'm going to type a big L one more time. And you're going to do the same thing all the way through steps 1 through 9. Do not do step 10 yet because that requires some special instructions. Then, when you're done flipping the coin, you're going to go back to step 4 in part 2, and it says determine the offspring's phenotype for the number of body segments. Look at the alleles you wrote from Ocean and from Lucy and compare these alleles with the critter shown above. Okay. Then you're going to write the appropriate traits. So what you're going to do is I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to see that for body segment, I have little b, and I need to know if that's going to be 2 body segments or 3 body segments. Well, I find out that information by going back up into the table right here. Notice that little b means I have 2 body segments. You'll see that right here, little b, 2 body segments. So I'm going to come back down into here, and all I want you to type is 2 body segments. And the same thing, I've got little l for leg color. So let's go back up real quick and see what big L stands for. Notice big L stands for blue legs. So I'm going to come right back down here, and I'm going to type blue legs. Don't worry about this column right here. What I think happened is that we can't get rid of the line to actually split it to make it one single cell. So there's just an extra cell. So just make sure that you're typing the offspring trait right here in this column right here. Now, when you're ready to determine the critter's sex chromosomes, you need to read step 6 in part 2. It says, find out if your critter is male or female by determining its sex chromosomes as follows. Ocean is an XY male. Remember in class we talked about that too. Humans are an XY. The partner representing Ocean tosses a penny. Again, you're doing this yourself unless you're working at home. If it shows heads, Ocean donates an X chromosome to the offspring. If the penny shows tails, Ocean donates a Y. So let's go back in and flip our coin real quick. I've got heads. According to this, if it shows heads, I'm donating an X. So I'm going to scroll all the way down here till I get to number 10. This should all be filled in by now. I just didn't do that for you just for the sake of the tutorial. Okay. And then you're probably like, well, I need to flip it for Lucy. But wait just 1 second. The directions tell you to do something slightly different. So it says Lucy is an XX female. So the partner representing Lucy does not need to toss a penny. So you don't need to toss a penny for Lucy because she's only thing she's going to be able to give is an X. So it doesn't matter if we flip anything. She can only give an X because she's a female. So you can go ahead and just put X down there next to Lucy. So let's do that real quick. So you'll see right here that when Ocean and Lucy got together in my scenario, they produced an offspring with an XX chromosome, which means they produced a female critter. If it was XY, it would be a male critter.